Well, hello, friend. I am so honored, so pleased, so blessed to have this privilege to talk with you, not at you, not to you, but with you this evening. Thank you so much for making time in your day to spend just a few minutes with us. Pull up a chair, would you? Pull up a chair. And in fact, invite a friend if you would. Invite somebody that you know might be benefited from a few minutes talking about hope as a lifestyle. It's an important subject. It's a subject that I have devoted the rest of my life to exploring, reading about, studying, because I was afraid to hope for a season in my life. It was what compelled me to medicate my pain. And I learned some things in the valley. You know, rarely do you learn life-changing lessons on the mountaintop. Isn't that something? Think about the biggest, greatest, most significant lessons you've learned. And I would argue that rarely they've been when the sun was shining, when everything was going well. It's usually in the midst of struggle. Oftentimes it's as a result of a setback. Boy, those are some great opportunities, even though we don't see them as opportunities. Remember what Ralph Waldo Emerson said? An opportunity missed is an opportunity lost. Every day there's an opportunity to grow. Every day there's an opportunity to challenge yourself, to ask yourself every single day, what can I do to be better than I was yesterday? How can I function at a higher level? How can I create mental stability in my life? How can I live in peace? And I think a lot of that has to do with how we process pain. I want to ask you a question. How do you deal with pain? Because if we don't have a healthy way of dealing with pain, we're going to lead toward destruction. That's what I want to talk about tonight, because I really believe how we view hope can help us to deal with pain. That's why I argue that hope is a lifestyle. Every element of our life is inextricably connected to our choice to hope. And I'm so excited to share with you tonight. Let's focus on pain. First of all, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. On Monday night, I believe, when we last met, there was a tribute to that third grade dropout. And thanks to so many of you for your kind comments and your kind words. I loved listening to the wisdom influences in your life. I loved learning about who offered hope to you in your life. It was awesome to read about all of your stories. It was absolutely uplifting. I never walk away from my computer discouraged after one of these Facebook Lives. I always walk away so encouraged, so uplifted, and so inspired by you. So Monday night was awesome. Many of you were with us last week when I made the decision to do something that I want to continue just for a few weeks or so. I want to just take my time and pull out a nugget from each of the chapters in the book. I started last week in chapter 1. I'll finish tonight in chapter 1, and then we'll just go to chapter 2 next week. Don't worry about a schedule. I'm not. Nuggets can creep up. Sometimes there might be 5 nuggets in one chapter. I don't know. But I'm rereading the book so that I can hopefully read right along with you wonderful people. To me, that is just awesome. And so even if you don't have the book, I encourage you to buy it, but if you don't have it, you can still follow along. And I am reading right now page 24 in particular. I read the first 24 pages today, and I want to focus on pain. Because like I said, how we process pain is going to speak volumes about our ability to hope. And so hope as a lifestyle has to challenge the pain that we're in. Listen to what I said on page number 24 of my book, Afraid to Hope. Let me find it. Here we go, right here. I wrote that in my psychology studies, I learned something about basic human nature and what we tend to drift toward. We tend to drift toward the pursuit of pleasure or the avoidance of pain. Remember that. We tend to, according to psychologists, drift toward the pursuit of pleasure or the avoidance of pain. Listen to this, page 25, middle. Psychologists say the avoidance of pain, of that which produces pain, is among the most powerful of all human impulses. So, the question that is glooming or looming, I should say, over us tonight is, how do we view pain? Do we view pain in a negative way? Most of us would say, without a doubt, absolutely. But is it possible to view pain in a positive way? I remember years ago, this German theologian visited the United States of America, was here for quite some time. His name was Helmut Thielicke. And somebody at the conclusion of his American tour said, Dr. Thielicke, tell us, what do you think about evangelism in the United States of America? And he pondered for a moment and he came to this particular conclusion. He said, in America, there does not appear to be a theology for suffering. Isn't that interesting? We have focused a great deal on success, great deal on significance, great deal on joy, great deal on happiness, not much on suffering, certainly not much on pain. Hey friend, here's tonight's book recommendation for you that answers that particular question that's looming in my mind. Where can I go to get a reshifting of my thinking on pain? The author, Samuel Chand, C-H-A-N-D. His book came out in 2015. It is awesome. The book is titled Leadership Pain, The Classroom for Growth. I don't know if you're ready for the thesis, but here it is. If you're not hurting, you're not leading. Now, the book is primarily written for leaders, but we can all take application from the book. Listen to what Samuel Chand says in the book. The longer I avoid the problem, the bigger it generally becomes. If I summon the courage to endure small amounts of pain and do what's right early, I will avoid larger doses of pain later. Listen to this. Pain is a part of progress. Boy, that's a tough argument when you're in the midst of pain, but listen, pain is a part of progress. Anything that grows, Chand says, experiences pain. If I avoid all pain, I'm avoiding growth. That is powerful, friend. I mean, that is absolutely powerful. So here's the question. What can we do? How can we process pain in a way that helps us to realize that even though we might feel though we're in a hopeless situation, even though we have this overwhelming sense to self-medicate, even though we can't see the answer unfolding right away, even though we can't respond to anything else because we're hurting so much, what can we do? And here's my simple argument. Breathe. Breathe. Realize. Ask yourself. Ponder. Contemplate. Just wonder for a moment. Is there anything in this moment that might help me to grow? You see, friends, circumstances never leave you the same. You're either going to retard or you're going to move forward, but you never stay stagnant. You never stay the same. Listen to me. Circumstances never leave you the same. So we've got one or two choices. The pain is here. Obviously can't escape the pain. So do I retard or do I breathe and dare myself to take a step forward? Rick, how do I dare myself to take a step forward? By asking one simple question. Can any growth come out of this painful situation? That's hard, Rick. Yes. That's impossible, Rick. All things are possible. I can't do that, Rick. Yes, you can. If you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. I don't want to do that, Rick. Yeah, I understand. But you got to tell you're not want to that you want to. I mean, most things that require growth, I don't want to do. Friend, I'd rather drive by the gym. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't want the pain of working out, but it's the tension against the muscle that's the pain that produces the growth. That you don't grow. You don't grow without pain. You don't grow. Chand's argument is profound. His argument is profound from the sense that often he says the difference between where I am and where God wants me to be is the pain I am unwilling to endure. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Can I say that one more time? Chan says often the difference between where I am and where God wants me to be is the pain that I'm unwilling to endure. Here comes the assignment. It's the assignment for me tonight. I hope it's the assignment for you, regardless if you're on the mountaintop or regardless if you're in the pit. I want you to start viewing pain as your passport for growth. Yes! Yes! I don't like it either. I really don't. But the other option I hate more, and that is lulling me into inactivity, passivity, with a tag of being a victim and doing absolutely nothing, rendering myself useless because I don't want to feel. Because I don't want to feel, I'm going to medicate. I've been there. I spent too many years there. And so, friend, I want to tell you, I believe with all my heart that Chand is right. If we will ask ourselves a simple question in the midst of the pain, if we will ask ourselves, can any growth come from this? It opens up the possibility for us to hope. That's why hope is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And so, friend, I know that this one hasn't been an easy one to swallow. It's not an easy one for me. Pain is part of life. Pain is not going anywhere. Pain is part of the everyday experience of the human being while on this earth. And so, wouldn't you think that we might want to look at the way in which we process pain in a way that is productive, in a way that is healthy, in a way that encourages our growth? So I want you to realize one simple thing tonight. I want you, filled with hope, whether that's a little bit or a lot, to make a committed statement that pain is your passport to growth. Hold on to that, friend. I hope it will help you. I hope it will be an encouragement to you. I'm looking on the screen. Thank you, Sue. She says, I love your lessons. Rocio, R-O-C-I-O, says, can any growth come from this? Yes. Yes, it can. Friend, I want to tell you this. Listen to me. I'm not the same person without the pains in my life, and nor are you. Nor are you. I wish for no one to walk up to the casket of a spouse. No one. I wish for no one. But I realize, and it's taken some years to realize it, I realize that pain forced me to grow. It forced me to look at myself in the mirror. It forced me to make some decisions. Didn't want to. Didn't feel like it. Wasn't comfortable. It was hard. I was mad. I was angry. But I started growing. I started growing. Pain, your passport to growth. Oh, friend, be encouraged. Be encouraged tonight. May your heart be filled with joy. May your heart be filled with wisdom. I want to speak a blessing over you tonight. And I really want you to receive this no matter who you are, no matter what you believe. Let me just bless you this evening. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him. I want you to start looking for the growth dimensions of your pain. And therefore, you will be standing on a solid foundation of hope. Hope as a lifestyle. Be blessed, friend. Be richly blessed. Be at peace. I'll look forward to talking to you next week on Tuesday evening. Until then, be blessed. Talk to you soon.